Hi folks, Pat here, and tonight's rant is about Nancy Pelosi. Now, forgive me, but I do keep little notes that I use when I do these things. It's not a script or anything, it's just a little cue card for myself, little facts I don't want to forget as I'm talking. It's not a script or a teleprompter or anything. I just like to, there are certain points I don't want to forget when I'm talking, so I jot little notes to myself, but I don't like to appear as if I'm reading when I'm doing these, because the whole idea behind this is just to be off the top of my head over stories I've read that day. And another thing, I should start giving credit to the people who actually wrote the stories. This comes from a couple of different sources. One from Town Hall magazine, and the other is from Newsbusters, where they've been talking about, and I think also I Hate the Media has been talking about this Nancy Pelosi 60-minute story kind of thing. Well, to refresh your memories, Peter Schwarzer wrote a book, and the book's called Throw Them All Out. That is about corruption in Congress. Well, 60 Minutes did a story this weekend based on the book, and the story got quite a lot of traction. And in the story, it was divulged that Nancy Pelosi and her husband took part in an IPO from Visa, which is extremely rare that individuals to take part in an IPO like that. But they were able to buy thousands, upwards of 5,000 shares during this IPO. And apparently, their investment, whatever it was, has returned over 200-fold since they made it, which is really good money. Now, the rest of the story is that there was some legislation pending in Congress at the time, against the credit card companies that died, believe it or not, and was buried. They came out a few years later, actually, but the part that the credit card companies hated, which was the part dealing with interchange rates, because interchange rates are where credit card companies make all their money, well, that language was gone from the bill, and in its place was some warning language to the effect of, if you darn credit card companies aren't nice, we're going to mess with the interchange rates. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But anyhow, Nancy Pelosi's office immediately went on the attack, saying, God, this Peter Schwarzer is a conservative, which is true, and he had agenda, and he's attacking, liberals, blah, blah, blah. Well, also in the report, though, Baucus and Reiner were both, mentioned, which I'm pretty sure they're not liberals. And a matter of fact, the Republican parties came out against 60 Minutes, saying that 60 Minutes cherry-picked stories about Republicans from that book and used those as an example in the story. So go figure. I guess both parties don't like to have the light shine on too much. But back to Nancy Pelosi. This kind of thing isn't new for Nancy. I remember when the healthcare debate was going on, and how she was going off on these insurance companies, calling them everything but children of God. How they were the most evil thing that ever happened to the world, etc., etc. But then, come to find out, there was a $5,000 plate fundraiser conducted for Nancy Pelosi. And do you know who conducted that fundraiser? Health insurance companies. Go figure. The same people that she was degrading, 2 days before, had a big fundraiser for it, $5,000 plate fundraiser. So, it kind of makes you wonder, all the lip service. It's like Obama cussing out Wall Street and pocketing, all that campaign contribution money. How mad can he really be at them? How angry is he really with these people? How angry is Nancy Pelosi really with the credit card companies, or with the health insurance providers, or with any of those people? It's just a game. And I'm sure it's a game that both sides of the aisle play, unfortunately. It's a shame. I kind of agree with the premise of throw them all out. It's easy to feel that way. But tonight, again, we're just talking about Nancy Pelosi, and she's the subject of my rant. I just want to thank you all for listening. Have a great night. Bye now.